Back to Fire Talk. Today we are going live after a series loss against the Giants. Monday's game, really good, really intriguing. I think got everyone excited. Offense looked pretty good. Had some crunch time RBIs, producing some runs. Yesterday, a brutal start by you, Darvish. Not what you want to see. And then today, pretty heartbreaking loss, I'd say. I thought Matt Beatty got that one at the end. Rough whenever you lose 2-1 and you have the bases loaded in the ninth inning. So a couple tough losses, but how you guys feeling? Chase, how you feeling?
We need another outfield bat. I mean, there's no other way around it. Looking at it, our outfielders combined, so 2 for 6, 2 for 10 with 3 strikeouts. That's not good. Grisham hit 0 for 4, had a strikeout. Myers went 1 for 3, had 2 strikeouts. Profire went 1 for 3 and got hit by a pitch. Alfaro, the bats were silent this game. Abrams is still adjusting. I'll give him some slack. Hosmer, he walked there. He had a clutch walk at the end. Didn't do anything else. Voit had a rough day. Machado went 1 for 4. And he's only had 1 walk, and that's what came in the ninth inning. It's overall, the bats were silent. They didn't walk. They didn't get Webb out of there early. He basically dominated them the whole game. That was the story. It was Webb versus what felt like a minor league roster.
Yeah, the bats are super silent right now. I'm looking throughout the lineup. Trent Grisham has been. If somebody would have told me that Jurickson Profar would be the best outfielder for the Padres throughout the first 2 series, I wouldn't have known if you knew your stuff. But clearly, he is. Batting 353, 7 with a 1241 OPS. Meanwhile, Grisham is 138, 331 OPS. Myers is batting 185 with the 474 OPS. And for anyone who doesn't know today, the other day I was talking about how Will Myers is probably going to break the strikeout record. He did it today. Congratulations.
The Padres record?
Yep, 865.
Oh, no. 865.
Tatis will probably break it, but like we said, Tatis hits 40, 50 bombs. But Webb looked fantastic today, man. I'm trying to cut him some slack because I know how good Webb is. Webb has nasty. I know he doesn't like the velocity is not crazy, but 94 with movement is better than it like 96 or 97 with no movement. This guy's 2-seam is wicked. Has nasty movement on all of his pitches. Pounds the zone. I mean, after what, like 4 innings, he was at 51 pitch, 52 pitches, something like that, and he was able to go 8 innings. So he was fantastic. I know he's a great pitcher. I kind of had a feeling we would lose this game today. I'm glad it was close. I'm glad Manaea had a really, really good outing. Steven Wilson was fantastic. He was pumping that fastball in the zone, throwing it hard, and got a lot of swings and misses with it. I'm looking at these comments. Play Abrams in the outfield, Kim at shortstop. You want to get Abrams everyday playing time to get him adjusted to the major leagues, but and I don't know why they're not doing it, but yeah, you want to get him some everyday playing time. Kim's actually hitting all right. You want to get him some playing time also. But yeah, man, it was I'm not gonna say it wasn't an encouraging series or was an encouraging series. I don't really care about the series. It's too early for me to be panicking. We knew this lineup would not be crazy without Tatis. We knew what to expect. We knew coming into the season that this lineup and this team in general might have to hang around and just hang around, not be fantastic, just hang around until Tatis comes back. So not only will we probably need Tatis back, we need him desperately, but we're also going to have to add an impact bat at the trade deadline for sure.
I feel like, I mean, I'm looking through the comments too. I think I see a lot of stuff about Voit, Myers. Voit, yeah, people saying Voit was not impressive. Voit needs to stop swinging for the fences. Dude, it does feel like every time Voit's at the plate, he's trying to hit it 550 feet. Definitely. It does feel like that. Now, who was it? Greg, you said, okay, let me get this straight. We got Voit for power, right? Apparently not. Apparently we got this man to just walk more than any player ever because he's been walking at a ridiculous rate. But I think, I mean, it's so early on. I don't know. It's rough because I feel like we're looking at it and the offense isn't really there. Before we hopped on, I was talking to Isaac about it, and it's so early to tell. So it's tough, right? But it feels like this team's going to more often than not be a 1 to 3 run team than a 4+ run team. And that's really scary. That's really tough to win. Now, obviously, Fernando's not here. When you add Fernando, everything kind of changes. But losing games 2-1, and I get Logan Webb's a good player, but it's still tough. Like you don't want to lose games like that. Yesterday, they lost 10-2. I mean, the only game where I feel like their offense has really exploded was in Sunday's game. So I think it's tough. The Giants only walked one batter today, right? They only walked Hosmer in the 9th. And that's been the bread and butter of like, let's get a bunch of guys on base. We're gonna have those big innings. You gotta. Oh, Gil said something that's very true. We'll get to that in a second, Gil. But yeah, looking at it, Myers has been a disaster early on. Grisham's been horrible. Like Grisham's been like, and we talked about Grisham as a bounce back guy, and I think most of the comments in that video were like, all right, Grisham's gonna be the main bounce back guy. I think that. Right now, I think the guys I'm most concerned about, like I think long term, like this team's going to have to win scrappy games. They're going to have to win a lot of 2-1, 3-2 type games. This is one that you obviously want to come away with, but they're going to really need some of these guys to come through. I think that if Myers doesn't improve, like you're going to see Myers get benched. I think that goes the same for Grisham. I get Myers makes a ton of money. I've talked about this before. If guys aren't performing, I don't think they're going to see regular playing time. Abrams and Kim were brought up. I've talked about it in the past. I think Kim's had a much better year in terms of his approach than last year. So I do have faith in Kim. Abrams, I want Abrams to get everyday at bats too. I don't think that we have to go, all right, we've been playing, what is it, 7 games in? All right, let's start making all these changes. I don't think we got to do that. But if we see this throughout the first month, I think Abrams will end up being maybe not an everyday outfielder, but I think we'll start seeing him get a lot more reps in the outfield. I think we'll see him in center. I think we'll start seeing, Grisham's getting some rest days. Okay, Myers is getting some rest days for Abrams. I think we're going to start seeing that a lot more. But I don't know. I think it's tough. I don't know. What do you guys kind of feel like? Who are you guys concerned about right now? What are you guys concerned about? What are you guys excited about? Like, how are you feeling in general after this series?
I will say I'm concerned about our outfield. I mentioned it like the first thing I said. Grisham is looking worse than Myers. That's something to say.
Yes.
Myers, as of right now, Myers is starting to look like he's going to come back to be his normal self. He's hitting the ball more. He's going to strike out. That's inevitable. Will Myers is a strikeout machine, but at least he's hitting the ball more. Like in the first game, Will Myers started to actually start to hit the ball hard. It was unlucky, but I think it was in the 9th inning. He laced one out to Yaz one of the final outs. Yesterday, he went 2 for 4. Today, he went 1 for 3. The strikeouts are always going to be there. He may not walk. But then another thing that was discouraging today was, I don't know if you guys saw it, how many times they took a ball down the middle of the plate for a strike.
Oof, yeah.
I remember it was either Luke Voigt. It was someone. I think it was Luke Voigt. They took a hung slider, barely any movement on it. You couldn't get the ball more middle of the plate. It was as center as it could possibly be. I don't think I've seen a ball pitched more down the middle and it was taken for a strike. It may have been Grisham, but you need to hit those. You need to swing at those. And then there was a few fastballs that were straight over the plate for a strike, and they were just taking them. Like, take bad pitches, swing at good ones, especially when he's pounding the strike zone. You got to be aggressive, and you are just taking pitches that you should be crushing, if not at least putting into play, not taking. And also, I saw somebody saying we miss Pham at leadoff. No, we don't. If you haven't seen Pham's stats, we do not miss him.
He's been bad?
I think
He's been really bad.
You guys saw Padre, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's getting demolished. He was getting demolished, but no, I think as of yesterday when I checked, Pham had a collision in the outfield and was still hitless.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's like
so
over
I don't know if he
16.
got a hit today, but he was still hitless as of yesterday.
So I'll say the guy I'm most concerned about is Trent Grisham. I was gonna say for as much crap as I give Will Myers, Trent Grisham might honestly deserve more. It's not even that, like, I don't even feel like this is like a cold streak. I genuinely feel like he is just putting a string of bad at bats together. Every time he goes up there, it's bad at bat after bad at bat after bad at bat. He did hit one deep today, but I don't know, man. It's pretty concerning considering Trent Grisham is a fantastic outfielder, has so much range, but your glove can only do so much for you. Like if you're not, generating leadoff type numbers at the plate, I mean, I've said I want him to bat 9. Maybe he should bat 9 because I feel like that's a good spot for him. Takes some pressure off of him. Now we're only 7 games in, so maybe we will see a hot streak from Trent Grisham eventually. And we've mentioned multiple times before, we don't know what to expect from Grisham because he had a great season in 2020, but he did not have a good season in 2021 outside of like a good month or two. Flip Abrams and Grisham in the lineup, I'm not even sure if I'd really do that. Honestly, at this point, with how hot he is, I wouldn't mind putting Profar up there. Of course, you can say Abrams, but Abrams is not putting together. I mean, he's putting together some decent at bats, but he's not hitting the ball hard. But he's going to figure it out. No, Abrams. Oh, Nola at leadoff might do good, but
it's on base like 38% of the time.
He's getting on base. Yeah, man, I don't know what to feel about the lineup right now. You look up and down the lineup. Obviously, you know what to expect from Machado and Cronenworth. They were the only guys that generated run support today. Yeah, Voit hasn't done anything. Voit is also a little concerning. But and over the offseason when Voit was brought up, I think Chase and I were like, I don't know about Voit. I mean, right now I still don't know about Voit, but I think he'll come around. I hope so.
I see some stuff on Abrams. So Abrams right now is hitting 71. He has a 259 OPS. How many at-bats does he have? He had what, 3 today? He had 3 today. Mm-hmm. Coming into today, he had 14. He has 17 at-bats. It is way, 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 way too early to have a verdict out on CJ Abrams. How old is he? 21?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. So like I'm not getting of like, oh, it's like they were too high on Abrams. Randall is upset if you guys have seen it. I get it. The offense is, that's the problem. I mean, that's something that we've been talking about a lot is like, how is this offense going to generate runs early? And early on, it's been Profar and Hosmer. It's legit been those two guys. Machado had a big game on, what was it, Saturday, I want to say? One of the Arizona games, he played phenomenal. I think it was Saturday. Cronenworth kind of was going like pretty good. But I don't know. I mean, I think we're pretty early on in this year, but I mean, I think offense is going to be the area this team struggles.
So
I
got a question for y'all then.
Yeah.
Oh, before we get into the pitching, while we're still on horrible at bats, who's going to play outfield, and we need to get Abrams more at bats. So as of right now, Grisham probably shouldn't be starting. At least his bat shouldn't be, right? Mm-hmm. So I know some people have said put Abrams in center field, but what would you guys think about starting Azokar over Grisham right now and just benching Grisham and bringing him off the bench? Or would you start Abrams in center and just say, you know what, you're probably going to be an outfielder in the future because our infield is stacked for the next few years. So go ahead and start getting center field reps right now. What would you rather do?
I think I'd just rather keep giving Grisham his at-bats. Understand it's pretty painful to watch right now, but you're going to get something out of him eventually. I think he's all right. Like, I wouldn't put in Azokar. How many at-bats does he have? 1?
He has 1.
He has 1. So I don't know, man. If
is it? No, he has 2. He has 1 hit for 2, and then he has 1 walk and 1 strikeout.
Yeah, if Big Bowmel is not confident enough to put him in there over a couple of these guys, then I'm not confident either. But yeah, my second option would of course be putting Abrams out there. He hasn't got enough reps out there, unfortunately. But yeah, I think you just kind of got to keep riding with Grisham because he's supposed to be this really high upside center fielder that has a great glove, and like his glove is super valuable out there for sure. He covers a lot of grass, covers a lot of green, but he just doesn't do enough. He's not doing enough at the plate right now. So it is definitely hard to argue for him being out there, but what else can you really do, you know?
I'm with you too. I mean, I think that and we talked about it like over a year ago. CJ Abrams should start getting outfield reps. And then they're like, all right, we have this problem with the outfield, so we're gonna wait till the regular season to give him outfield reps. That's a huge issue. Like he could have easily been a guy that had been competing for the outfield. The big thing with him is like I think that he projects to be a very, very good center fielder or right fielder. But I don't expect him to show up tomorrow and go play Gold Glove right field. Like I just don't think that's possible, really. I don't know. Grisham needs some day off. I think he definitely does need some days off.
I think he needs a day off.
Maybe you put Ozakar in there, but like I don't feel comfortable throwing out CJ Abrams right now, right? Like I think that maybe if you wait a little bit and then you throw him out there in a couple weeks after he gets some more reps in the outfield, but he just hasn't. He's been taking reps in the outfield for like a week. I think 9 days if you go back to the final spring game because that's the only time he played in the outfield. So that's the part that's tough. He definitely, Nolan says right here, keep Grisham in, shouldn't be at leadoff, put Profar at leadoff. I think that I would actually like Profar at 2 instead of leadoff. Like if I was going to, just based on like who's been playing well lately, I would say you lead off someone like Nola, someone that's getting on base a lot, and you hit Profar 2. Profar's been balling out. I would probably go Cronenworth 3, Machado 4, and then Hosmer against righties 5, dare I say. But he's been good. He's been great.
He's been good. I mean, I don't blame you.
Voit and Hosmer, depending on who's pitching, or
yeah, and Voigt's been struggling, but it's super early too.
But even if Voigt's struggling, at least he's getting on base.
Yeah, he is. He's getting on base a lot.
Yeah.
Like he has a 623 OPS with a 190 average, so that just shows that he's getting on a ton. We're just waiting for him to actually, connect with one.
Exactly.
Yeah,
definitely.
we're gonna get excited when he connects with one. That's for sure.
Definitely.
The way he's been swinging.
Yeah, we're all gonna feel a lot better when some of these guys connect with one. I'm pretty sure Manny's yet to hit a bomb. Jake the same. Like a couple of these guys.
The only one that hit a bomb is Profar.
Profar, exactly.
And Alfaro and Nola.
Alfaro hit a bomb.
Alfaro, like outside of the guys that we didn't expect to provide the power, no one else is showing any power.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm looking something up right now. I'm seeing where we rank in slugging among the league.
So, I mean, we got to
bottom 10.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
22nd.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's right.
What else? I'm looking.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I mean, we got a home series coming up, so hopefully it's a little better there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cowboy News says we haven't been in the Crone zone yet.
Yep, still
Very
waiting.
true.
No, we haven't.
And the team hits better at home.
Exactly.
He also laced one out today.
Yeah, he did. They do a lot better at home.
You see, we probably lost Austin Adams for. He has a right forearm strain.
You think the year?
I wouldn't say the year. No. It depends on how bad the forearm strain is. Because remember, we saw Jose Castillo deal with it. Lamet dealt with it a few times. We've had quite a bit of pitchers deal with it. I think Mortejon dealt with it for a little bit before he had Tommy John. It's just one of those things that if he probably re-injures it again, it might end up being a Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, that's the thing that's scary. Yeah, that's what Ace just said. Tommy John for sure. I feel like we've seen this happen so many times. The only guy that didn't get Tommy John was Padre, and that's because he was traded. So, I mean, like you look at everyone that's had a forearm injury, like the same forearm strain, that's like step one into getting Tommy John. I'm very concerned that that's what's going to happen to him. And it sucks too because he was hitting the zone. Who tweeted that out? Oh, on a positive note, Adams is looking pretty good.
Oh, that was me.
And then you're like, correction, never mind.
I tweeted it out, I just see him just standing behind the mound. I'm like, never mind. We can't have anything good today.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, one thing that's very positive to note from this team early on. When healthy, the starting pitching is going to be very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Darvish looked terrible. We'll get into that later. I had a tweet. Some people did not like what I had to say about Darvish. But Manaea looks awesome. He looks fantastic. Nick Martinez, I thought he looked really good. It took him a while to get going, and then he started getting going as the game went on. He's looked really good by the end of it. Obviously, waiting for Blake Snell, waiting for Clevenger to come back. I definitely think Clevenger is a wild card, but I don't know. I feel comfortable with Blake Snell. I think Blake Snell is going to be a lot better. I know we've talked about him a lot. The bullpen looks really good. Yes, Ace, that was my next guy. I swear to God, I was about to bring up Steven Wilson. He was fantastic today. 2 innings, 5 strikeouts. Chase, how do you feel about Steven Wilson and the bullpen, and I guess rotation as well?
We have been advocating for him to be in the bullpen for like the last year. We thought he should have came up last year when the bullpen was dead. We're like, dude, this guy's ready for the MLB. Just let him get his shot. And now that he's here, I don't think he's going anywhere. I mean, you go up against that Giants lineup and you strike out 5 in 2 innings. His fastball was dominant. He was getting swings and misses with the slider. He could be a very good guy to have. I want to see him get some more high leverage innings. Maybe get some more in some close games to see where he's at, really. Because I know in that one game that was a really close game, he did have that wild pitch. I don't know if that was nerves, and everything that gets to him. But having him as a high leverage arm, just anytime you can throw him out there, do it. I think he's going to be really solid.
Yeah, he pitched really good today. Like I said, his fastball was live. He was getting a lot of swings and misses with it. He was pounding the zone with it, and he looked fantastic. He got 5 strikeouts in 2 innings, so it was very encouraging. And I was actually listening to – I didn't get to listen to Don and Mud today. I was listening to the Giants broadcast, and they were talking about Steven Wilson, and they said it repeatedly. Wow, these guys are having a hard time getting a hang of Steven Wilson. They kept saying it over and over. So, it wasn't only us that was like surprised, not generally surprised, but surprised. I mean, I didn't expect it. But yeah, he pitched fantastic today. Manaea, of course, looked fantastic outside of 1 inning where he only gave up 2 runs. He looked really, really good. Got some strikeouts. Generally, I mean, he kept pounding the zone. What I like most about the pitching today is that they worked fast. They worked really fast today. I mean, the game was over super fast. So the pitching worked fast today. I really love how fast Manaea works. He's been super fun to watch in his 2 starts. Now it's time to see what the rest of the guys do. I thought I didn't even mention Nick Martinez. Nick Martinez looked amazing, and not even gonna lie, I genuinely thought he was gonna get rocked. Like I for sure thought he was gonna get destroyed. He proved me wrong. His movement looks fantastic. Really good outing for him. Can't say the same for Darvish, unfortunately, but outside of that, the pitching looked good. Let's see how they do over here at home, because I think, who do we got next? Musgrove tomorrow. So let's see how that goes. And I'm excited.
And then it's Friday, dude.
Oh, Mackenzie Gore. Right.
Isaac, are you going to go?
I'll check how much tickets are. I'm not sure, though. I really want to go.
I hope that Mackenzie Gore and CJ Abrams play in the same game on the same day. I think that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Abrams hits his first home run. Gore goes 6 scoreless.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
All right, put money down on that right now.
Let's see. Pitching will be wasted performance if the offense is lifeless. That is what's scary about this team, because the pitching looks so good. Now, I did see one thing that was concerning. A couple of things in the bullpen are a little bit concerning. Robert Suarez got rocked. I mean, or not even got rocked. He allowed a home run, but the first outing was really bad. I don't think I need to tell everyone that. I think everyone knows. I think you look at the bullpen. Did Denilson Lamet really throw 86 last night?
Chase brought up a good point, though, in our chat.
You said he didn't get any time to warm up, right?
Yeah.
No, because as soon as Austin Adams, and I think they mishandled that. I mean, you have a guy coming back from an elbow injury. You want to give him proper time to warm up. Literally, Lamet was like 10, 15 feet behind the mound, crow hopping at the center, it to the catcher just to try to warm up and relatively quickly. And he only took like 4 or 5 minutes to warm up. It takes a lot longer than that to warm up for a game, whether that be a reliever or a starter. It takes a lot longer than that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Isaac, you're getting some invites to the game up there. I don't know if you saw.
I see that, bro. I'm honestly, I'm checking prices right now. I'm not even lying.
Okay, I want to go back a little bit. get some positivity. We've been kind of negative about this team, and we're gonna get negative when we talk about Darvish in a second here. But WMJP Cowboys news. Who's been the Padres MVP so far in your opinion? It's got to be Jurickson Profar. I mean, dude's hit a grand slam, absolutely smoked another ball. He had the bases loaded RBI. He's been fantastic. Also, his catch that he had, that was the best play I think I've ever seen Profar make, fielding wise. That was awesome. So I'm definitely gonna have to go with Profar on this one.
Yeah. Who am I gonna go with? I mean, offensively, it's got to be Profar. I want to go with Sean Manaea. Sean Manaea was really like, even though we lost today and he's gonna get the loss, dude, he was fantastic today, especially coming off of like, he came in against a team that put up 9 runs against Darvish and held it down really well. So I've been impressed by Manaea so far. I was really hyped up when we got him. I think we all were, and he's looked fantastic right now. So, yeah, dude, I think in terms of pitching, I absolutely got to go with Manaea, but you can even go with Chris Matt because he's been pretty valuable. But yeah, offensively, Profar, defensively, or pitching wise, Manaea.
I mean, today was a quality start.
Yeah, today was a great start.
I got the same answer. I have the same answer as Isaac. If you want to go pitching wise, you go Manaea. If you want to go offensive wise, you definitely have to go Profar. If not, you could argue Hosmer.
Yes.
But I rather go Profar just because he's done more. He's hit the home runs. He's had more RBIs. So definitely Profar.
Mm-hmm.
Rogers, that's what Quan Pham says. He looks good.
Yeah,
Rogers
Rogers
looks legit.
He looks good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Padre looked terrible.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And Rogers, wipeout slider, man. Everything was good for Rogers right now, for sure.
Speaking of Padres,
didn't Pagan get rocked today too, or yesterday?
I don't know.
Didn't they both get both by the Dodgers? I believe.
No, I just remember there was that one tweet calling AJ Preller a problem because Pagan
threw 1 inning,
had an inning and 2 strikeouts. Let me check. So the ex-Padres so far, Tommy Pham, by the way, is 0 for 15 with 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. He didn't start today, didn't touch the field. Paddock got rocked today. And let's see Pagan. Where are you?
Worth mentioning, Reds fans are pissed at Tommy Pham. So
really?
Yeah, they're
dude, it doesn't matter. They're done. They're
done.
cooked this year. They literally sold everyone.
Yeah.
And Pagan,
my cousin.
I think just gave up a run today.
Okay, I think he allowed a home run. I think that was the thing. But no, Chase, I know the tweet you're talking about.
Yeah, he hit there was a home run. 1 home run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. So he 2 innings and 1 earned run and 3 strikeouts. Not bad.
Yeah.
Eric, I think we all said.
I think we all said it, bro.
I mean, that's the problem. Is like there's guys that I think are good. There's guys that I think are underrated. I've been hyping up Nola for a while now. I feel like Hosmer's a better hitter than. Okay, I'll give Hosmer this, and we've talked about this in the past. Hosmer is a good contact hitter. The problem is everything about Eric Hosmer. Everything else about Eric Hosmer.
Mm-hmm.
You got Manny, you got Jake, and then it gets a little bit scary. And you're going, okay, can we get an average year? I think we'll get an average year from Myers. Myers, I've brought it up before. Myers is pretty much the same guy every year, except usually he starts out the year super hot, and it's been rough. Like, I'm not going to deny that. Grisham, kind of a wild card. Profar, definitely a wild card. He's been great early on. Voit has not been as good as we've wanted him to be, but the lineup just overall is pretty flat when you don't have Tatis in there. And that's the issue. Like, you need to have another bat. But yeah, let's keep going through these. I saw a couple. So Jonathan asked, "What are your thoughts on Manny's plate approach?" You guys have anything on that?
That has been fine. I mean, I was pretty frustrated when he swung at the first pitch in the 9th inning today. I was really frustrated because it wasn't one of those where it's like, oh, this is such a good pitch that I need to swing at it. It was an off speed up and a little in. So I was frustrated when he swung at that. Other than that, I've been fine with it. He normally starts off the season cold. Unfortunately, he can't we can't afford for that to happen right now with our catalysts down on the IL for 60 days. But I guess it's just going to be one of those years again. But I thought his plate approach has been fine. I actually think if you're looking at the plate approach from a team standpoint, it's been pretty horrendous. A lot of them are taking pitches right down the middle. Now, granted, a lot of them are walking and being patient at the plate, but I think there's a middle ground between being patient and like being too patient to where I feel like a lot of the times these guys are in 2-0, 2-1 counts and they're getting their pitch and they're not mashing it. But that's just my opinion on the plate approach. I think it'll come along as the season goes, but I feel like they're just taking a lot of pitches that I've seen them mash before. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. As Isaac said, there's a thing to be patient. But when you get too patient and let good pitches go, you're not doing your job. You can wait for your pitch. You can wait. You don't have to swing first pitch strike. But for someone like Logan Webb, who's going to pump the strike zone with strikes, fill it. You got to swing first pitch fastball. If he's giving you something good to hit first pitch, you go for it. And if not, you wait. You lay off the off speed as much as you can to fill up the count as much as you can. But outside of that, that just didn't happen today. They took too many good pitches down the plate. They were being too patient. Oh, yeah. Speaking of kind of ridiculous things today, did you guys see what happened with Kershaw?
Yes, sir.
You guys are – I absolutely despise Roberts for taking him out. I'm not going to lie.
If it was a no-hitter, yeah, you can take him out because he's thrown so many of those that it doesn't really matter. But a perfect game, come on, we haven't seen that in 10 years.
Yeah, 80 pitches.
Yeah, the dude was pumping. But
I feel like that's like Dave Roberts in a nutshell right there.
It is Dave Roberts in a nutshell.
Yeah.
That's brutal, man. I feel like Kershaw was probably pissed, especially because this could be Kershaw's last year. Like, that was last year as well, but like, he's getting up there. He could retire at any time at this point. Like, he's done it. Like, he's had a full career. He can retire any year. Like, you want to you want to give Kershaw some love. That's brutal, dude. 80 pitches. He could have thrown under 100 and had a perfect game.
Yeah. I get it. I get some people were saying, like, why do people want to keep him in when, these past couple of years he's been down come July, June. And yeah, I understand it. But at the same time, 80 pitches this guy's gone way deeper than 80 pitches. Obviously, he's a lot older, but I feel like he's already
it's a perfect game.
Yeah, it's a perfect game. We haven't seen it in 10 years. So it's like, it would have been pretty cool.
Felix Hernandez's perfect game, he 130 pitches?
I get that it's early too, but like, dude, you gotta let him go. You gotta let him keep pitching. Oh man. I don't know. I don't agree with it. If I'm Kershaw, I'm pretty hot right now, I'm not gonna lie. All right.
Back to Roberts.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Kershaw, okay. To be fair, Kershaw has had a lot of injuries.
Exactly, yeah. So I understand.
So that does make a little bit of sense, but yes. I don't know. A perfect game.
Especially because they're pitching rotation.
At least let him go one more.
Yeah, I think one more is fair. But
if he has a long inning, then it's like, all right, well, okay, yeah. This is the thing, though. If you let him go one more and he throws 20 pitches and he's at 100, you definitely can't take him out if he needs 3 more out. So that's the other part of that. Like, there's no way. That would make it worse.
Well, no. The whole thing is if you are giving 20 pitches in an inning, you probably don't have a perfect game anymore. Realistically, you probably walk someone. That's the moment you get pulled.
That's true.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I think you don't pull him.
I get it, but there's of course 2 sides to it. You want it because it's baseball history. It's immortalization pretty much, but yeah. The guy hasn't. He's old. It makes a little bit of sense, especially because remember their pitching rotation is not the pitching rotation they had last year, so they need all the arms they could have.
Dude, their pitching rotation is not.
One more inning.
Their lineup.
It's 80 pitches, man. If you're Paddock, when he was coming off Tommy John surgery, pitching, his pitch count was 95.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't
Are you
know.
serious?
I'm rocking with leaving him out there. I'm rocking with that. All right, I see a couple things here.
Yeah.
Seafield saying, Eric says the Padres team reminds me so much of my Utah Jazz, big payroll with nothing to show for. I mean, it's because the wrong guys are getting paid. That's your issue right there. Like, I don't know about the Jazz. The Jazz are kind of weird. The Jazz's problem is that they don't pass the ball to Rudy Gobert. Have you guys seen that stuff?
I mean,
Donovan Mitchell passes to Rudy Gobert. It's hilarious. I know this is totally off topic, but it's like one of the funniest things in sports. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, at least they got a first seed last year, bro. Like, we didn't even make the playoffs.
This is a good one. Really this bad without Tatis?
Yes.
Dude, it seems like every time Tatis is gone, this team is like just not there. I mean, look at 2019. Team was hot. Team was what, like 8-10 games over 500 before he went down?
And only 2.5 games out of the wild card spot.
It's rough because you're banking on him so much.
Dude, someone else needs to be the heart and soul of the dugout. There is no soul without Tatis. There is no heart.
Yeah, there's no soul without Tatis.
Dude, no, there is. That's not true. There is. There's one guy. You know who it is? Oh. It's Kim.
Oh,
Kim brings all the hype. Kim is so saucy.
Yeah. He needs to ball out.
Give him everyday at bats.
He'd have to ball out.
He needs to be in the lineup every day.
That's the only way to do it. Yeah.
I think he looks so much better than he did last year. Like, because last year it seemed like he'd go up there and he would just get completely overpowered. And he would just like try to hang in. He's ahead in the count a lot of times. He's driving the baseball. I don't know what his numbers are right now, but his like approach is way better. He doesn't, dude, he would get gassed last year so consistently. It doesn't seem like that's the case right now. I don't know. I can
tell you right now. It is I just saw it. I think it was like 200 with an 800 OPS, 200 with a 785 OPS right now.
Not great.
No.
Hey, I don't know. Like he does bring the energy that you guys have to agree with that.
Yeah. It's just that if you're gonna be a heart and soul, you gotta hit yaks. You know, like you gotta be the kind of guy that'll get your team back in the game, like with one swing of the bat.
Look at this. Now we're getting some interesting stuff.
Dude, I was thinking that today, to be honest.
I mean, it's not like the Padres started out bad. They're 4-3 right now.
Yeah.
It's just like the offense just looks so flat. Like, and it didn't look that great against the Diamondbacks outside of Sunday. That's what I'm expecting this team to do. I also think I do not. If they're in the mix, and I expect them to be in the mix come trade deadline time, you have to make a big swing, right?
Yeah,
you have to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You need another impact bat. Yeah, Adrian, we were talking about that a little earlier. We talked a lot about Grisham. But yeah, Myers and Grisham holding back this team. Both need to drastically step up their game. Yeah, I mean Grisham's hitting like under a 350 OPS right now. Myers, I'm assuming Myers leads the league in strikeouts. I would be shocked.
Hey, Giancarlo Stanton exists.
Hey, but Stan's been
Gallo exists.
Yeah, but Gallo. I
don't
think you want to be compared to Gallo.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now. No, Dansby Swanson with 13.
Myers is second in the league in strikeouts.
Is yours messed up too? Is Myers Orioles player for y'all?
No, he's not an Orioles player for me.
Yo, he just got traded. Let's go.
All right, guys, breaking news.
You see that?
What the? Oh, God. I'm going to be tripping.
Seriously.
Oh, wow. Grisham's tied for 5th in strikeouts. I did not see that either.
Woo!
Let's see.
We're doing so good, guys. At least we're leading the league in something.
True.
Yeah, I will
Let's
say,
look at team stats here. Yes, we lead the league in strikeouts by 2.
Of course we do.
Oh my God. Do we lead the league in walks too?
We are 9th. Or we're 9th in on-base percentage. We are worst walks. We're second in walks. We're tied with the Mets, Diamondbacks, and Diamondbacks.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people bringing up, what was AJ doing this offseason? We've been asking the same questions.
Beats me, bro.
Myers is the worst $20 million a year player in the league. Just wait till August.
To be fair,
look at
whoever
Myers
was
and
in the finance office when that deal went down needs to be fired.
That's the thing, because his AAV's like 12.
It was 13. It's 13.83 or 3333333. That's what he should be making every single year.
Yeah, I think that's more of the issue. I mean, some of the financial decisions that the Padres have made have been questionable, to say the least. I don't know. Okay. Final thing I want to bring up, and then we'll go over a couple questions and probably take off. Darvish. So I tweeted out something that basically said, hey, Darvish looked terrible last night. I'm starting to get a little bit concerned that Darvish is washed. People did not like that. People did not like that I brought that up. That was one of the worst starting pitching performances I've watched since probably Ryan Weathers midseason last year, because it literally felt like he was just throwing it right down the pipe every single time. I get that he's really struggled at Oracle. He does bad in cold weather. We talked about it when we were doing our preseason kind of introduction to the team, kind of like preview, I guess, and predictions. And one of the guys I brought up was you. And I said, out in the starting rotation, if we're not talking about Clev returning to form after injury, because that's like, it's just hard to tell. Like, there's no way that we can know that. Darvish is the biggest question mark. Not concerned about Musgrove. Not concerned about Snell. A little concerned about Snell, but not that concerned about Snell. I like Sean Manaea. I like Mackenzie Gore. I mean, I've been really excited about him. But Darvish finished the year really bad. The last 3 months of Darvish were terrible. And right now he has, a 10 ERA? So I started looking at some of the Darvish numbers, because everyone's like, all right, like, basically, like, you're completely wrong about this. And outside of the 2020 season, Darvish has not had a good year since 2017. Like, he has not had a good season. He's had okay seasons. But I don't know. I'm concerned. Are you guys concerned?
So the whole thing here's the thing. Here's the stat that everyone pulls up to defend Darvish. The first half of 2019, he was absolutely horrible. But the back half of 2019, he was untouchable. And then 2020, he was untouchable too, for the most part.
That's true.
Come 2021, he was untouchable for the first 70 games a season. Let's say 70, because I don't remember him after the All-Star. I just remember it was a severe decline.
Yeah.
And we've seen nothing but that since. My concern is even opening day, I was expecting Darvish to get a lot more swing and misses than he got. He struck out 3 against that Diamondbacks lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And he walked 4. Like, he was getting swings and misses, but he was never striking anyone out. Sure, he didn't give up a hit, but it's the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
And then you come against a team that can hit, and we saw what happened.
Yeah.
And he still didn't strike out that many people. He was still leaking over the middle of the plate, leaving things up. We have a right to be concerned. I mean, we've seen Snell. We've seen Darvish go through this again, and that was completely the back half of last year. It was abysmal. And to say, I'm just going to say this, Matt, because I thought it was funny. You said it was probably the worst pitching performance you've seen. I think we all remember Snell last year against the Pirates, where he didn't even get out of the first.
Oof. Yeah.
I just wanted to bring that up because I think that by far was the worst. If not, John Lester a couple years ago gave up like 10 runs in the first inning without recording 2 outs. That was another one.
Honestly, I think it'll be fine. It's just super concerning to see that, like, opening day. I mean, they're generating some hard contact. It goes right to the guys. You come out with 6 innings, no hits. But if you're not fanning at least 6 or 7 from that Diamondbacks lineup, I'm kind of concerned. no matter who you are. If you're supposed to be a brand name pitcher, I guess is what I'll call it, somebody that's highly touted in the league. I mean, his velocity is fine. It's just his location was very lackluster in this past game where he would leak fastballs over the middle, and then he completely stopped throwing his fastball. But even his off speeds were still leaking over the middle. Went back to his fastball, and he was better after that. But all of his pitches were just leaking over the middle. And I was looking at his RPMs, and they were down significantly. So, like his spin rates and everything, down significantly this game than his normal averages. So you can. It's hard to pitch in 40-degree weather. I will. It's hard to throw in 40-degree weather. So that'll work against him. The wind was blowing against him. So I will give him that. But it's not just a matter of, it's only one game. It was a bad 3 months, and he was injured. So, I'll cut him a little bit of slack there too. But he didn't have a good last 3 months outside of one game against the Diamondbacks, I believe it was. And then he comes in here in the first game. I mean, of course, on paper, he looked fantastic, but, generating a lot of hard hits, and they just landed in people's gloves. But when you don't strike out, when you're only striking out 3 and you go 6 innings, no hits, if you're hearing, this guy went 6 innings with no hits, you're probably expecting like a good 7 strikeouts. 3 is not very encouraging compared to 4 walks, also not very encouraging. But man, when you're leaking pitches over the middle to a team like the Giants, you're gonna get messed up, man.
I don't think you're giving excuses to Darvish. I think we all feel the same way about it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm giving him excuses. It's tough to pitch in that weather. He, like, if you go look at used numbers, he hasn't been
awful,
good
right?
in cold weather. Yeah, so like I understand.
The thing that I'm concerned is he's so dependent on hitting his spots, and when he's not on, he just leaves stuff across the middle of the plate, and people just It looked like, dude, yesterday looked like a batting practice session. It was that bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm concerned. Also, fair point right here. Darvish had a perfect game through 7. It was sub 40. It was in Minnesota. The game was in Minnesota. Yeah. So that's a fair point.
Darvish is not touching Kershaw on a good day.
That's another fair point right there.
Yeah.
And the thing with Darvish too is like Darvish will look good some days. Oh, what are you going to
say? Kershaw's been like the league's best pitcher in like the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, dude. I'm really concerned. I mean, I hope that he's not washed. I really hope he's not. But like, out of all the starting pitchers that the Padres have, I'm probably least optimistic about you, Darvish. I don't know, dude. I'm a little bit. I'm worried about him. I think I have faith in Musgrove. I saw some people felt like Musgrove is going to have like a large regression this year. Mm-hmm. I mean, he might regress a little bit. He had a fantastic season last year, but I don't think he's going to be like a bad starter or anything like that. I still think he's a plus starter. Manaea looks way better than I would have thought, and I had high expectations for him. I don't know. I feel like Snell will have a bounce back here. The problem is like, and also I saw people, like a lot of people have been ripping Snell a lot. It seems like there was nothing going wrong with him, right? Everything was fine, and then it just re-aggravated on the very last pitch. Like, it seemed very random that it happened. He also came out and said that he doesn't expect to miss much time at all. Like, he expects to barely miss any time.
Damn. Good try.
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese. Okay. What else we got? We're probably gonna take off in a couple minutes here. I think my roommate's trying to get into the room too. But what else do you guys have?
Mackenzie Gore, Rookie of the Year. He's gonna stay on the roster. He's gonna pump Friday. I'm expecting 6 innings, 3 hits, 7 days, and then we win by 2. You heard it here first.
We just need these bats. We just need these bats to come through, man. Like, there's no reason you should be losing a game where your starting pitching only gives up 2 runs. Of course, it's gonna happen, but like, you left bases loaded at the bottom of the 9th. Cronenworth got thrown out at home. I was telling Matt that I think even if he doesn't go, he might still be out at 3rd because that's one of those tweeners where it's like shoot, should I go? Should I stay? So I don't know, but yeah, man, these bats need to start coming alive against good pitching because obviously the Diamondbacks don't have good pitching. And the bats were alive for a game or two, and then you face the number, what was it, the number 4 from the Giants. You put up 5 runs, but then you face a guy, and you know what? I kind of understand this because I don't know where the hell this came from. Alex Cobb has rarely thrown 95 in his life, and then he comes out in the first 4 innings and he throws 12 plus 95 pitches. So I mean, I get it, but yeah, man, I don't really know what to think of this Padres team. It's only 7 games in. Let's be a little patient. See how they do at home against the Braves. It's going to be a really good competition, and Mackenzie Gore's getting his first start. That's going to be fun to watch. But I mean, nothing very encouraging from the Padres team, for the Padres offense, actually, other than Pro Farmer Hosmer, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, pitching's been amazing. Okay. What do you guys think about this?
I think you start Manaea off. You probably go Manaea, then
That's nasty,
Musgrove.
bro.
Then, because if you don't go Manaea first, you're going righty, lefty, 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 righty. You probably go lefty, righty, lefty, lefty, righty. So you go Manaea, Musgrove, Gore, Snell, and Darvish. But probably, I would probably put Clev 5, Darvish 6.
Um,
I'm scared about Darvish.
Yeah, man, I'm scared about Darvish. I think the rotation is going to stay the same unless he gets injured, but up until the All-Star break. But if this continues up until the All-Star break, I think you got to go Manaea number 1. I think he's been fantastic. Musgrove 2. I guess you can go Darvish 3. I don't think you should bump him down to 5. I think Darvish at 3 is like okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm still just gonna wait and see approach. I don't want to judge too much off 7 games, off less than 25 at bats, 30 at bats, whatever it is, because I mean, the Braves sucked up until the last half of the season. They won the World Series. We were fantastic up until the All-Star break, and then we sucked from there on out. So you really don't know what's going to happen. It's an 162 game season. It's okay to panic. Trust me, I'm panicking. But yeah, we should go Myers 1. Dude, definitely, bro. He went crazy.
Hey, at least we'll see some pitches.
Yeah.
All right. I think we should. The final thing we should bring up is our new nicknames: Chase the Dreamer, Isaac the Apologist, and Matt the Enabler of it all.
Oh, dude, I was cracking up at that.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we're going to take off. But thank you guys for listening. We'll be posting videos throughout the rest of the week. We will be live again after the game on Sunday. We're going to be going live after every series. So right after the series finale, we'll go live each game because it's fun to go live. It's a little bit different. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. And we'll talk to you soon. Hopefully a series win over the Braves. I think a 2-2 split also sounds nice. Yep. But also the other thing that's exciting to bring up, team hits better at home. So let's see if the bats wake up a little bit. I think that'd be great. I think that's what everyone wants to see. Hopefully we get some Crone Zone bombs. We get Machado hitting a couple. But I think that's going to do it for today's video. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll talk to you guys very soon.